Hey, what's happening, you guys? Creator DWill here from Sweetwater, and welcome back to our channel. Today, we have an exciting topic. We're going to be exploring 5 incredible VST compressor plugins that are perfect for achieving outstanding vocal mix. Each one of these plugins brings something unique. They have different sets of features and characteristics that they bring to the table, and we're just going to talk about the differences. So, if you guys want to check out any of the plugins that you see mentioned in today's video, then check out the links in the descriptions, or as always, go over to sweetwater.com where you can check them out there. You guys already know what's up. Let's dive in and let's get creative. As you can see, I got an instance of Studio One up on the screen, and I got this project that I'm working on for my good buddy Jay Kirk. He's a hip-hop recording artist out of Virginia, and he sent me this project to mix. So we're gonna use his project and his vocals to kind of get a sense of what the compressors have to offer in different situations. So let's take a listen to this track and see what's up, and then we'll break down the 5 compressors that I think sound amazing on vocals. Here it is.
Making moves, I ain't gotta flex, I ain't gotta front. Big stepper bringing big pressure, yeah, you know what's up. Shining everywhere we go, yeah, they know it's us. Tell them boys stop playing, cause they know it's okay, up. I walked in, popped out, I ain't even take a flick. Flow need bear.
So let's stop it there and let's dive into our first compressor. Our first compressor that I used on this vocal was the CLA 76 by Waves. This is a part of the Chris Lore Algae signature series, and if you don't know anything about Chris Lore Algae, he's the Grammy Award winning engineer known for his punchy and radio-ready mixes. And the CLA 76 is modeled after the legendary hardware unit, the iconic 1176 compressor. So he utilized this on a lot of his records, and Waves did a very, very good job of emulating that hardware unit. The 1176 is just a phenomenal compressor, and reason being that I chose this on the vocals for this track is because it has a warm tone and it has a real fast attack and fast release. And this type of compressor, the 1176 compressor, sounds really good on hip-hop vocals or anything with those faster initial transits that you need a compressor to kind of clamp down on them. I would turn to the 1176. So this is the first compressor in my vocal chain. Now, what's super neat about this, the CLA 76, is that it's very minimalistic and it has this warm vintage sound. You have your input knob, you have your output knob, you have your attack and your release, and then you have your ratio buttons down here. Down here at the bottom, you have just this analog emulation, which it adds a little bit of hiss and saturation to your vocals to make it sound kind of like the hardware unit initially intended. Now, over here, what I love about the CLA version of this 1176 is that you get 2 models of one compressor. So you get the Bluey and you get the Blackie. So the Bluey offers a more aggressive style compression on your vocals. So when I play this back, when I A and B this, you're gonna see the actual meters here seem like it engage a lot more whenever we're on the Bluey. And the Blackie is more of a smoother type compression and laid back compression to the vocal. But for this vocal and for this hook, I wanted it to be kind of more aggressive and up in your face. So I chose the Bluey for this. So let's go ahead and A-B this really quick so you guys can get a sense. I'm gonna turn off all of the reverb and delay and all of that good stuff, and we're just gonna take a listen to this compressor, and we're gonna kind of get a sense of for what it's doing. So let's listen to it. This is Jay Kirk vocals.
Making moves, I ain't gotta flex, I ain't gotta front. Big stepper bringing big pressure, yeah, you know what's up. Shining everywhere we go, yeah, they know it's us.
So you can hear that I'm getting like almost like 7 dB of gain reduction on these vocals. If I go over here, let's play this back, and you can see that meter was just really attacking those vocals. So let's go ahead and play the Blackie really quick, and so you guys can get a sense of what that sounds like.
Making moves, I ain't gotta flex, I ain't gotta front. Big stepper bringing big pressure, yeah, you know what's up. Shining everywhere we go, yeah, they know it's us.
And you can see the difference in the meters. Like, it's literally not clamping down on those initial transients. So I absolutely love the CLA. So this is my number one go-to compressor for whenever I'm compressing vocals is the CLA 76. It's very, very good on those aggressive type vocals or anything with a fast attack or a fast transient that you need to tame. And for hip hop vocals, it's extremely well. So let's go ahead and move over to our next compressor. The next compressor that I think sound amazing on vocals is the FabFilter Pro C2. I absolutely love this plugin, and I think that it is an amazing starting ground for anybody that's trying to learn compression. And I'm gonna tell you guys the reason why here in a little bit. But kind of with the idea of why I got this compressor kind of second in my vocal chain of compressors, I believe in stacking compressors on vocals. I don't want one compressor doing all the work, so I kind of I add one compressor and then I'll do a light compression, and then I'll add another compressor to kind of tame what that compressor may have missed, because I don't want to push one compressor to the limit and start to hear the compression. So the benefit of the Pro C2 is that you have various different styles of compressors. You have a clean, classic, or opto, and vocal, mastering, bus, punch, and pumping. So you have all these different types of compression that this one compressor can provide. And the thing that I love about this is that it's a very neutral sound. So your sound is never really over processed, and it doesn't really, you don't really hear the compression, and that's what I'm looking for, because that 1176 that I mentioned previously, that has a warm tone, and I don't want to add more of that saturation on my vocals going into my next compressor. So I chose this neutral compressor, the Pro C2. The thing that makes this compressor stand out, and like I said, if you are somebody that's just starting off with trying to learn compressors, is that this compressor has pretty much all the knobs that you would see on a typical compressor, right? So you got your threshold, you got your ratio, like I said, you have over here where you can pick your style, you got your attack, you got your release, you got your gain, you got your wet knob, you got your knee range, and you just got so many options with this compressor. So this is like my surgical compressor, and I can dial in things that I want in a little bit more detail. So let's do an A/B comparison and see what this compressor is really doing. It's not doing much, and you probably won't be able to hear it unless you got on some headphones and you listen really, really critically, but it just feels like it just tames those vocals a little bit more, and that's what I was going for. So let's take a listen really quick.
Making moves, I ain't gotta flex, I ain't gotta front. Big stepper, bringing big pressure, yeah, you know what's up.
That's what it on.
Making moves, I ain't gotta flex, I ain't gotta front. Big stepper, bringing big pressure, yeah, you know what's up.
So it just kind of like tighten those vocals up just a little bit more. And like I said, with the 1176, I really had that to tame the vocals, and I need this just to round it out just a tad bit more. So let's go ahead and move over to our next compressor. So our next compressor that sounds good on vocals is another one from FabFilters. It's the Pro MB. So the MB on this thing stands for multiband. Multiband means that you can just literally pick a section or frequency range that you want and compress that specific frequency range. So this allows you to get even more surgical than the Pro C2 by singling out the bands that you want to compress rather than applying it to the entire vocal, like the 1176 and the Pro C2 from FabFilter. All of those are single bands. This is a multi-band. So I can literally come over here and add any band that I want and compress that signal individually. Now, some of the key features about this is the same as the Pro C2. You have your threshold, range, attack, release, output. You can either compress or expand. You got your ratio down here. You got your need. The reason why I chose this in my vocal chain, or if you're grabbing for this is more so, like I said, is to single out individual frequencies. And you notice before I had this band here that I had this 7K range right here highlighted, because that was a problem area, and I didn't want to take the frequency completely out because it adds just a little bit of airiness to the vocals, and I don't know, it just sounded really good, but it was just like this grittiness that was just overpowering, and I wanted to tame that rather than remove it completely with my EQ. So this is what it sounds like.
Making moves, I ain't gotta flex, I ain't gotta front. Big stepper bringing big pressure, yeah, you know what's up.
And this is what it sounds like without it on.
Making moves, I ain't gotta flex, I ain't gotta front. Big stepper.
So it's really taming that 7K range for me and kind of making that vocal kind of round out just a little bit more. So let's go ahead and move on to our next compressor. Next up, we got the Arcomp, which is another Waves plugin or a Renaissance compressor from Waves. So these plugins are really known for their warm analog character as well as their user-friendly interface. So that's why I've been utilizing this compressor for a long time. And for me, in the sense of this mix, or why I chose it for these vocals, is because I wanted to add something a little bit different to the verse to kind of make it stand out. So I'm utilizing this on the verse section of Jay Kirk's vocals in this project right here. So let's take a listen to it, and then we'll talk about some of the things that I really love about it. So this is what it sounds like on his vocals for the verse section.
Walked in, popped out, I ain't even take a flick. Flow need bare rest, everything I say is sick.
And this is what it sounds like without.
Walked in, popped out, I ain't even take a flick. Flow need bare rest, everything I say is sick.
So you can hear that the vocals just got a little bit tighter, as well as it just added just a little bit more grittiness to it. And that's because the Arcomp has a distinctive vintage/musical sound to it. It's not all about controlling the dynamics with the Arcomp. It imparts like this warmth and this character that can be a game changer to any vocal. So some of the key features about the Arcomp that I really like about it, and why I kind of always navigate to it, is that it has those familiar parameters that you would see on any compressor, like the threshold, the ratio, the attack, release. But it also has this unique feature, which is this ARC mode. And the ARC mode pretty much stands for automatic release control. This is like an intelligent feature that adjusts the compressor's release time to automatically change based on the incoming signal, which helps you to achieve a more natural sound. So I absolutely love that feature about the Arcomp, and it's unique to this plugin. Another great feature about the Arcomp is its two compression behaviors. Down here you have the electro and you have the opto mode. So the opto mode it offers a smoother, more gentle type of compression, great for like warmth and character, while the electro mode down here, it offers a more aggressive and punchy, perfect for getting vocals to cut through a busy mix. So I wanted his vocals for this verse to be a little bit more punchier and warm. So I kind of set both of these to the settings that I wanted, and that kind of gave me that unique sound of the compressor. So I absolutely love the Arcomp. It's one that you should definitely check out and have in your arsenal of compressors. So last but not least, we have the UAD LA2A plugin. This plugin is an emulation of the iconic Teletronix LA2A hardware unit. So it's pretty much renowned for its unique and musical compression characteristics, and for decades this has been like a sound that's been sought after for many music producers and engineers. So and the mix for this track how I'm utilizing this plugin is that I'm utilizing it on my vocal bus to kind of glue all of my tracks together, and I'm barely touching this compressor. So it adds just that smooth character to it, and it rounds out the vocals. So it's just not about leveling. This plugin adds like some pleasant tonal correlation that just makes your track come alive. I don't know what it does. It's like magic. So it's very simple to use. It has a gain and it has a peak reduction. It doesn't get any easier than that. And the gain is just how much you're putting into the compressor, and then the peak reduction is just how much you're compressing. So for me, this is my last compressor that's on my vocal bus, and like I said, it's just rounding out and gluing together all the vocals. I send all of my vocal tracks to one bus, and I put this on there to kind of glue everything together, and it's not doing that much compressing. Let's go ahead and play this really quick, and you can see on the meters exactly how much is compressing, and it's not much at all. So
walked in, popped out, I ain't even take a flick. Flow need bare rest, everything I say is sick.
So, like I said, on the meters is not doing much. We're going to take a listen to everything as a whole.
Making moves, I ain't gotta flex, I ain't gotta front. Big stepper bringing big pressure, yeah, you know what's up. Shining everywhere we go, yeah, they know it's us. Tell them boys stop playing, cause they know it's okay, up. I walk.
So you can see that those meters it's like literally very like like barely touching this compressor, and that's kind of how I wanted it. I didn't want it to hear the compressing, but I did wanted it to smooth and warm everything out and just give that natural sounding compression that the LA2A is known for. So that is pretty much it, you guys. Those are my 5 compressors that I think sound amazing on vocals. If you like this video and you found value in this video, then please hit that thumbs up, subscribe to this channel, and then hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of our future up and coming videos. And if you want to check out any of these compressors for yourself, then make sure you go over to sweetwater.com, or you can always reach out to your Sweetwater sales engineer and they'll get you squared away. Until next time, you guys keep creating.